was gonna do a regular video about this, but I decided to do a live because I just wanted to weigh in on Stephen A. Smith. I don't know if it's called, I mean, sort of like dry snitching and bringing up a situation that's already been resolved and already been settled, and that I think a lot of us have exhausted ourselves talking about it, and we tried to remove ourselves from it and just move on. I mean, most of us, for the most part, have forgiven this individual. And I feel like as Black people, we need to stop doing this, because this is a white person move. Because it's amazing when a white person does something to a Black person, them themselves demand that we move on from it. Some of them don't even apologize. Now, it's funny when we brought up some of the racist stuff that Howard Stern has done over just a 30-year span. He loves to holler about he's evolved and all. Don't even say he's sorry. So that's why, to a certain degree, I just, feel the way I feel and say some of the things I say. And I mean every word of it. But in case you guys don't know, most of us are aware of the incident that happened with Killer Mike, winning 3 Grammys for basically an album I never even heard of or songs I never even heard of. But nevertheless, congratulations to him. I think his celebration was a little overextensive. I think to a degree you shouldn't be, for them type of awards. I think, you should just go up there and be like, thank you. Thank the people that help you get where you are, put together the material that help you succeed in winning these awards. But all this stuff acting like you got the Holy Ghost in you, I think that's a little extensive. But nevertheless, Killer Mike was taken into custody for alleged misdemeanor battery and assault. Now, the details are kind of sketchy. I'm doing my research. The details are kind of sketchy. I looked at what Carcino had to say, but I'm going to do a little more research. But, of course, Stephen A. Smith takes it upon himself to bring up the Will Smith situation. I don't understand why Killer Mike was taken into custody and arrested, but Will Smith, who assaulted Chris Rock in front of the world and everybody saw it, wasn't, arrested and charged. Because first of all, Stephen A., you all know this. Everybody knows this. The authorities approached Chris Rock and asked Chris Rock, did he want to proceed with charges? And he said no. And that's why Will Smith wasn't arrested. But you trying to rehash old stuff up, and you didn't have to try to bring Will Smith up and throw Will Smith under the bus. At the end of the day, that was almost 2 years ago. Will Smith has since apologized. He's apologized to his fans, which he don't owe me an apology because we all know what led up to him slapping the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth. Okay? He has apologized to his fans. He has apologized to his acting counterparts. He has apologized to Chris Rock at least 3 times. What more do you want the man to do? At the end of the day, Will Smith has moved on. It appears Chris Rock has moved on. Will Smith has since shot at least 3 films, some other stuff, and he's trying to move on. At the end of the day, I don't want to hear about this no more. Let's just get ready for Bad Boys 4. I don't want to keep talking about this whole thing and being reminded with this whole thing with Chris Rock and Will Smith. It was a very uncomfortable and ugly moment, you know what I'm saying, in history. Nobody liked what happened. But based off the circumstances, we understood. Like I said, Will Smith was raked across the coals. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had something to say about it. And I just think it's been 2 years, and it's just like, I'm tired of talking about the whole Will Smith thing. I don't need to be reminded of this because we all saw it. Everybody saw it. It was everywhere. Even if you wasn't that familiar with Will Smith, you saw what happened. You saw the footage. You still could see the footage, but you didn't have to sit up there and bring up Will Smith's name. You know damn well that Chris Rock was asked, did he want to pursue charges? He said no. I don't want to keep hearing about this stuff. And you didn't have to even bring up his name. You do know Stephen A. Smith, since the Will Smith situation, there's been white boys that have done stuff. You know, plenty of them. So to sit up there and just bring up Will Smith all over again when we moved on from this, everybody has. So now people going to have to hear people rehashing this up and making the comparisons. But I'm going to say this for the people in the cheap seats. Chris Rock was asked, did he want to press charges against Will Smith? And he said no. So trying to make it look like it was some celebrity double standard is misleading, and it's complete bullshit, and it needs to be brought up. Come on, Stephen A. This is why they call you Stephen A. Smith. You like trying to rehash something that happened almost 2 years ago, and you dry snitching, bro. Nobody don't want to be reminded of this stuff. You know, that I mean, that was the biggest story for months. So, like I said before, Will Smith then moved on. Most of us have moved on. It was no reason to bring that up. I know you wanted to get some views. I know you try to promote your show, but don't be ignorant. Don't try to ask, oh, I wonder why they didn't, you know what I'm saying, take Will Smith into custody. Nigga, you already know why they didn't take Will Smith into custody. I thought you were a journalist. Chris Rock said he didn't want to pursue charges. So there's your answer. But nevertheless, you guys, I gotta start my shift. Then I gotta go home. I gotta get ready for Vegas. So I'll be in Vegas tomorrow. I'll be covering the Tiafimo Ortiz fight. Y'all know how I do it. So look out for the footage. It's your boy Town. I'm out.